See, I'm not even really prepared for this. Oh, here we go. Hey there, it's the Shooting Guy.
And the Shooting Kid.
Thanks for joining us today. Do appreciate you guys stopping by today. If you're a subscriber, thumbs up to you. Thank you very much. If you are a...
patron?
Yeah.
2 thumbs up to you.
Appreciate it. If you're just swinging by, consider subscribing. We have a whole lot of fun around here, and we'd love to have you subscribed and join with us. You know what we got today?
Ooh.
One of these things. That's right. It's the Photon RT Digital Night Vision Rifle Scope from Sightmark. It's model number SM18015. Now there's the 16, 17, and 18, and there's some various differences there, and it's got the S at the end of it. It means something else too. So there's a lot of variations of it, but we got the 15 here, and we're going to talk a little bit more about it. We got the 300 blackout, and I've got a battery thing that needs batteries. So I'm going to get some batteries. We're going to mount this, but in the meantime, let's get to the specs. Overall length, 16 inches. Here it is compared to a Leupold Mark AR. If you consider the eye relief necessary, it's almost the same size. At its widest point, it's about 4 inches wide. It weighs in at 2 pounds, 3 5/8 ounces. That's with rings and batteries installed. For comparison, the Leupold Mark AR is 1 pound, 1 1/4 ounces, but no IR. It's built with a combination of glass-filled nylon components and metal components, making it a very durable and robust system. It has this collapsible area for eye relief, so you can put your eye up against there and not get banged in the head. The Photon RT is outfitted with a Weaver accessory rail, which allows you to attach accessories such as flashlights, lasers, or other weapon mountable accessories. Behind this little rubber cover is the USB port. That's the power button to turn it on and off. And this is the selector button, and this dial allows you to scroll through the options. The record button is on the back of the illuminator. It takes 4 AA batteries. The lens cap has a little aperture for daytime use, and of course, you flip it open for nighttime use. It has a diopter focus right back here. The main objective is focusable with this ring right here. It's a 4.5 power scope, and it can be zoomed in to 9 power digitally. You can use Stream Vision to stream it to your smart device or record it to your smart device, as well as control all the parameters within the device. It even has motion detection. That's a cool feature. The Photon RT Night Scope comes with this manual, USB cable, little lens cleaning cloth, and an extra battery pack in this nice little pouch. Oh yeah, and it's got this nice carrying bag too. Okay, there you go. Those are the illustrious specs, and here it is mounted on the 300 blackout. And I gotta tell you, man, it's got a little bit of heft to it. You know, we saw what the weight was on that thing. So comparing it to like a 5.56, or this is just kind of stripped down with just a red dot. Benefit of the little bit of extra added weight is you can see at night. It's infrared, and with this illuminator, of course, it illuminates the area in infrared light, and the receptor inside can see. So we're going to show you in just a minute a little bit of an example of what it looks like through here. But some of the very cool things is, much like, and if you remember a while back, we did a couple of videos on some thermal night vision stuff, and I'll put a link to that, and you can kind of look at that, roll some of that in. This is infrared. It has a menu system that, when you push on the button, you can rifle through and you can select, if it's in black and whites or, various colors and those kinds of things. So it does very, very similar to that, although it is infrared. Now, pros and cons. Okay, so the pros, you can see at night. Con, what do you think the con is?
It's heavy.
Yeah, well, it's heavy, but the infrared thing, you can't really track with it.
Yeah.
And depending on which infrared module you're using, animals might actually be able to detect it. Now, some can, some can't, obviously. If they can see within the infrared spectrum, they may be able to see that. So thermal and infrared, they have their places, I guess. I guess one of the biggest things is you're going to be shining a light, but it is detectable if you're not using it for hunting and you use it for, let's say, law enforcement or those kinds of things, it's detectable. Where the thermal, you can't tell that it's there. Yeah. With this, if you sweep and somebody's got the ability to see infrared, or something as simple as a cell phone camera like we use in this demonstration that picked it up, they're going to see infrared. So not all that good in that way. It is the plus side though. It is fully usable in daylight. And you just put the cover on. You can see there's a little aperture hole here. So in bright daylight, you can still use the scope. And as it gets darker, you can either turn the illuminator on, or when it gets total dark, you open the baby up and you turn on the light. Now it does have a distance problem. This infrared thing will only throw so far.
Yeah, maybe 10 yards.
Oh, I think a little bit more than that. Yeah, it's probably a little more than that. But keep in mind, as far as this light will throw, cool thing is it's adjustable. So as you see, as I'm turning here, I can focus the beam and I can get a little bit further reach, which is good, and narrower field of view. It's a different beast, guys. You got to decide if you want to be able to see thermally and have some of the additional benefits of that, in my opinion. And you watch the video, you'll see what I'm talking about. Or if you want to just be able to see at night, cast the light, and you're for going coyote hunting, hog hunting, it would work really well. 50 yards away, 75, 100 yards away, illuminate it with this thing. You could sit there almost all night long. That's the other bad thing. The batteries last about 3 hours. Yeah, so it's a short battery life.
And even rechargeables don't even last long in this either.
Yeah, that was another thing that we noticed. If you do have, the nice thing is though, if you do have a battery pack for your
iPhone or Samsung, you can just take the charger and plug it into this, and then you can charge it up.
Yeah, like an Anker battery pack. You can plug an Anker battery pack right into here, and it'll work. It'll work fine. You just stick the thing in your pocket, and then you've got some extended battery life. So that could work as well. What else can we talk about? One other thing too, you want to make sure that you use tall rings with this thing, because we originally had medium-sized rings, and the focusing knob at the front of the objective rubbed on the Picatinny rail, even though we had a little bit of a weaver riser on there. So you want to get tall rings, okay? Make sure you do that.
That's about it.
You want to take a look at this thing through the scope. Oh, one other negative thing, you got to put your eye right up against this thing now. It is kind of cushy, but you gotta put your eye up against there, and that kind of freaks me out every time I pull the trigger. That I'm going to get hit with it, but
I have been hit with a gun scope before, and it hurts.
Yeah, it hurts if it does hit you hard. So eye relief, even though they give you about that much eye relief, which is pretty good, another concern for me. But that's going to be true even with thermal. Thermal, you're going to want to get your eye right up close, and they'll have a little spongy thing on there too. But anyway, let's take a look outside through here, and we'll show you some of those images, and then we'll come right back. So that's without IR and just regular illumination. Turn on your phone. And I can light up your face with your phone, so I can see that without any illuminator on. But I turn on the illuminator and there you go. And that's low power. That's at IR1. If I crank it up, it's IR10. And that's pretty good.
So we got the IR here on.
Yeah, you can definitely see it. It's casting light on the camera.
Yeah.
And actually, with my naked eye, I can see a dim red light.
Yeah.
It's a lot dimmer than you see it on camera, but it's definitely there.
Even our dog picked it up.
Yeah.
Bella picked it up here, and I was pointing right at her head, and she instantly just looked at me like, "What the heck are you doing?" Let's pick that down here. So yeah, just more of the neighbors' yards. There's that compost bin that we were talking about right there.
Turn my flashlight on here.
Where's that window? There's that window down there. And this thing actually does do some damage here with that light. I still don't like infrared as much, but I can actually, I'm getting more used to it, and I wouldn't mind it if it was like lost option. pretty cold out here. So yeah, let's see if we can hit the moon. Oh yeah, there's the moon up there. I'll tell you what, don't do that with the heavy gun, it hurts. There's a star up there. Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
See the stars?
Yeah.
Huh. Believe it or not, folks,
Check it out.
that's the Orion's belt. What? So give it a, so compare that to thermal.
Thermal, yeah. So with infrared, it kind of just boosts the light. You're not really seeing the heat signature of an animal or a target. You're really just seeing, it's kind of like just shining a really bright flashlight, but not having a big old bright beam. With thermal, you're really just seeing the heat signature of the animal, which outlines it, compared to like right now just be all blue, and then if the dog were out there we'd see like a red blob out there. Then we'd go back with the rifle to it, sight it in, and see what it was. And so that's, I feel like I like thermal a little bit better, just because I like to see in a blob rather than having to really scope it out, because with this you'd have to really just go really slow to make sure there's no animals out there. With thermals, I feel like you can move a little bit faster paced. And if you see something red, then you can always just go back to the target, sight it in, and take your shot if need be. Or if it's just a little blob, then you don't have to.
Yeah. Good deal. All right, let's take this back in the studio. There you go. The Photon RT by Sightmark. That's what it looks like, not through here, because we didn't actually record through here. We recorded on the device itself and showed you what that looked like there. And that's pretty much what it looks like when you're looking through here. It looks really, really good. It's got its pluses, it's got its minuses. It is infrared versus thermal, yep. Which, you know, we kind of like the thermal things, but thermal can cost you some money, man.
Yeah.
The coin on that is pretty high.
It's a pretty penny.
Yeah, infrared is quite a bit more budget-minded, and it still gets the job done. You saw some of the pictures. It works fine. Just keep in mind, detectability on IR, and there's no detectability with thermal, but there's a price difference, and everything's got its place. Works great on 300 blackout or a 5.56, or
it also works great on an AR-10 308 65 Creedmoor. This one specifically would have been great for that little scope. It's a Palmetto State Armory AR-10, or what they call a PA-10. We highly recommend it. Go to our link down. It'll be in our bio. Go check it out and order yourself one of them. These are like, what, $600 for an
even
AR-10?
less. AR-10 less than $600 if you catch it on sale.
Magpul STR parts, their own rubberized grip, which is very grippy, which is good.
I'll put a link down below. You could see the reveal that we did on that.
And good their trigger is excellent. Best trigger from just straight from the manufacturers, in our personal opinion, at least mine. Yeah,
we could gush on that all day long. We'll probably take this out to the range again and show you some more of that Palmetto, but today it's all about the Sightmark Photon RT, and get yourself one of these if you would like. If you want some more information, there'll be a link down below. You can check it all out, get some more info straight from them, and that's all we got, right?
Yep.
All right, don't forget, join us, Instagram, Facebook, BitChute. What else we got?
That's about it.
Check out the link below. We have a B channel called Project TSG. You know, it's just one of those things. We like to be able to talk about some other things. Check that out. You'll see us on Tumblr and you'll see us on Reddit. You know, we're on there too. But we really love that Instagram stuff because we give you a foreshadowing of some of the things that we're doing. Like this was on Instagram quite a few weeks before we actually got this video done. So be watching and you can see some of the things that are coming up.
Yeah.
All right. We love you guys. Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless America.
May America bless God. See ya.
Was your mic on?
I hope so.